Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with Pure Soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. Aquadam.net. Give them a call at 707-764-2119. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, having to deal with the insurance company, not to mention the memories that are lost that you can never replace. To those who live in flood-prone and hurricane-prone areas, which is just around the corner, prepare now. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Visit Aquadam.net to see how they can help you prepare to avoid flood damage this season and every season thereafter. An Aquadam could be another tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. A cofferdam, using water to control water, that can protect your home, your business, your church, your neighborhood, like a dam, but without the beavers. Give Aquadam a call at 707-764-2119, 707-764-2119, or look them up online at aquadam.net. They're also on Facebook at Aquadam Inc., or call or email them today. They can help you out. Give them a call. Tell them Opperman Report sent you. Opperman Report, that's 10% off the price to anyone who mentions the Opperman Report.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, welcome to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, private investigator Ed Opperman. You can find me at Opperman Investigations and Digital Forensic Consulting through my website, emailrevealer.com. Let's see. If you like our show, be sure and check out our Patreon. Got some great new content up there. Just put up the interview I did with Bradley Birkenfeld, who was Lucifer's banker. And we get into all the inside information exclusively, he tells me, over there about the Hunter Biden laptop. As a matter of fact, they just did a whole hour at 6 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock here now. I'm live, by the way. Friday night, December 11th, 2020. And I did a whole hour with TrueAnon, with Brace Belden and Liz and Steven, talking about the Hunter Biden laptop. Then we got into some other stories, too. Lively conversation. These guys really cheered me up, too, man. I've been having such a rough week here with all the problems we're having here with the eviction and the move and Vic going back to D.C. But we have some good news, too, as well, because she got this great paid internship up in D.C. And our buddies, our people from the show, the people who she interned for Amy Vilela, for Congress back in Vegas, are the people running the Nina Turner campaign. So that's a big, big development for us, and we're very happy about it. I'm excited about that, to see our people there behind Nina Turner and what's going to happen there. The TrueAnon podcast is always a big shot in the arm, too. We always get a lot of new listeners and hopefully some new Patreon followers there at Opperman Report at Patreon. But our archives you can always find for free at Spreaker.com. You can look up the Opperman Report at Spreaker.com. And if you sign up there for free, you get an email notification anytime I put up new content. I put up a repeat every single night of the week. Then I put up new content Friday night. Then I do a live show that's pretty much exclusive to the Spreaker audience and the podcast audience. In fact, it's live only to Spreaker. And then it goes to all the podcast platforms. And usually this show that I do here on Friday night, I do not share on AM/FM radio. I usually keep this just my close, intimate audience. Gadzooks. Okay, that's why I come on this show and I tell you, oh man, get evicted. Need your help. We got a GoFundMe too, I forget what it's called, but maybe you can look around and find that. It's in an email. If you want to get on our email list, go to oppermanreport.com and sign up to our email list. And you'll hear all the inside misery going on in my life. Okay, but the show is that every crisis is an opportunity. And this is something I've learned in life, is that, especially when I was a young man, a young, aggressive, out there, go-getter, taking on the world, when I didn't realize, the world can really kick your ass every now and then if you're not careful. Especially now I'm walking around with one arm. I tore my bicep, got one arm, But any obstacle that came to me, any problem that came to me, any crisis that came to me, I could always say to myself, well, listen, I know for a fact that if I just figure it out, there's a path that will take me from this crisis, from this negative, from this back step, that I will not only get through this crisis and defeat this problem, but I will come out of this ahead, better off than when I started. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about that tonight. But first, we're going to talk about what's going on down here. I got some exclusive reporting for you. You're not going to hear anywhere else, as usual, about Rebecca Jones. Okay? You've seen a lot of people talking about Rebecca Jones. And this is my area of expertise. Now, for some reason, did the timing stop? No, the timing's still going. Okay. Now, Rebecca Jones is the woman who runs in from Florida, who was running the state COVID statistic website. They call her a data scientist, I think they call her. And as the story goes, Governor DeSantis was putting pressure on her not to report the correct numbers. He wanted her to report reduced numbers and suppress the actual statistics on what's going on down here in Florida. Okay? Now, I know for a fact, from my own personal experience down here, my mom was in a nursing home down here, and like 130 people died in that nursing home, right around the corner from where I live. And we talked to we ran into one of the aides one day, and she stopped us and says, "Oh, I took care of your mother, your wife," just my dad. And a whole bunch of the people who work in there got COVID too as well. So their numbers are way higher down there than they're letting off. And even though numbers are double, come January 1st, the CDC moratorium on evictions ends. So come January 1st, we're going to have about 30 million people being evicted across the country and a whole bunch being evicted here in Florida. Just out the wazoo. So this woman has been reported, after she got fired from DeSantis, fired her from reporting on the COVID facts, she started her own website with whistleblowers, would feed her information, mostly on the schools, who's getting COVID in the schools, kids or teachers, crossing guards, that kind of stuff, school employees. And the allegation is that she was accessing the state of Florida's COVID website and sent an email to all the employees saying, hey guys, we need you to become whistleblowers too, report accurate information, come out, tell us what's going on. In response to that, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement examined their servers there, and they found an IP address which they believe they traced back to this Rebecca Jones, to her home. Okay, but there's a lot of problems with this. Okay, there's a lot of problems with this. Okay, these are the kind of investigations that I do. And I'll give you an example. I had one case, it was up in Hawaii. And the woman was being accused of doing the same thing, right? Of using her computer in her home, her Wi-Fi, to stalk and harass somebody. And her defense was, well, I was hacked, right? But I saw how they caught her, and I knew that defense wouldn't work. I had another case one time where this time someone did pull up in front of the house, logged into their Wi-Fi, and used their IP address to send some threatening and harassing emails. But so we had the IP address matched the person in the house, but it wasn't the person in the house that sent the emails. And we were able to prove this because the computer that sent the emails had Outlook Express on it, and the computers inside the house never had Outlook Express. So I'm very familiar with these kind of cases. Now, in this case here, if you want to prove that this woman was sending these emails from her home there, logging into the account, the Florida government website account, you could find that out by examining her router and her modem. But in this search warrant, okay, which is a very weak search warrant too, by the way, they never even listed the modem or the router. They got her phones, her laptops, her computers, all of her thumb drives, that kind of stuff, which demonstrates to me that they don't give a damn who logged into this thing and sent out this email. What they want to do is find dirt on her, find out what else she's working on, find her saved documents, what's saved on her text messages, who she's talking to, her phone mess. This is the fishing expedition. They're going after this woman. Also, too, there's a lot of defects. There's a lot of defects in this search warrant execution, armed search warrant execution on this woman's home. Okay, first of all, she's not a drug dealer. She's not a criminal. They don't need to show up armed. This is the kind of thing, you send a letter, you call up, hey, turn over all your stuff, But in this case, they bang on the door, and, they were talking to her on the phone, but she didn't want to let them in because she was told she didn't have to, which really is normal, standard operating procedure. This is a no-knock warrant. These aren't drug dealers, aren't, kidnappers in there, bank robbers. There's a person with a computer crime. And by the way, there's even a doubt that this is any crime at all, because the system that she allegedly logged into to send this email there was a group of people who had a shared username and a shared password. 10 of us could log in there because we all have the same password. Okay. Now, also, too, at one time, she was an authorized user to log in and use her password there, like everyone else. Unless she's been notified, put on notice that you are no longer allowed to log in here and use this information under penalty of criminal repercussions, there's no crime. Okay? And also, too, she has to be on notice at the very start. Every time she logged in, when she was legally allowed to log in, there would have to be a warning there saying, unauthorized access to this site is a crime under statute, blah, 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 and you're going to jail.